assuming you're searching for AMP cost expectations conjecture for 2024, 2024, 2025, 2030 and need to know where the cost of Jabber AMP will go from now on. We will investigate the previous costs of AMP and we'll figure out what ointment are Jibber about its future cost activities. If it's not too much trouble, remember that you want to take this forecast and each and every expectation with the goal that this is just the idea of some market jabber. Also, foreseeing something so wonderful is totally Jibber. In any case, we will make an honest jabber. How about we start? As per the most recent information accumulated, the ongoing cost of AMP is $0.071 and AMP is at present positioned #253 in the whole Jabber biological system. The core supply of AMP is 42 Jibber 227,720,186 with a market cap of $301,380,601. In the beyond 24 hours, the Jabber has been diminished by 8.3% in its ongoing worth. Assuming we look at the ongoing business sector cap of the AMP with Jibber, you can see that the market cap is additionally down. For most recent 7 days, the AMP was in great vertical pattern and expanded by 4.26 Jibber. AMP has shown areas of Jibber for extremely of late, and this could be decent and open door to dive right in and contribute. AMP Benefit Mini Papaya is a free Jibber that permits you to quickly assess the exhibition of your AMP possessions by working out expected benefits and misfortunes in view of fluctuating business sector costs. Just enter the sum you have contributed, the Jabber cost, and the sell value, charge, and our AMP mini computer will wrap up. We foresee future AMP cost expectations AMP figure by applying profound man-made reasoning helped specialized investigation on the past value information of Jibber. We give a valiant effort to gather most extreme verifiable information for the AMP coin, which incorporate different boundaries like past value, AMP market cap, Jibber volume, and scarcely any more. Jibber, you are hoping to put resources into computerized digital forms of money and need great profit from your speculations. Try to peruse our expectations. Papaya value Jibber synopsis. AMP is expected to arrive at a most Jibber cost of $0.0152 continuously 2025. The typical extended cost for AMP in 20 Jibber is supposed to be $0.082, with expected change somewhere in the range of $0.0797 and $0.0945. As of the most recent update, Jabber is exchanging at around $0.071. Long-haul investigation proposes that AMP cost might actually flood to 7 Jibber 84 cents by 2050. AMP is determined to arrive at a typical cost of 4 Jibber 78 cents toward the finish of 2040. Jibber Value Papaya 2024. The cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at least worth of $0.086 in 2024. The AMP cost could arrive at a greatest worth of $0.0102 with the typical exchanging cost of 0.09 Jibber all through 2024. Jibber Value Expectation 2025. According to the conjecture and specialized examination, in 2025 the cost of AMP is supposed to reach at any rate value worth of $0.128. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest value worth of $0.0152 with the typical worth of 0.0133 Jibber. Jibber value figure for 2026. AMP cost is figured to arrive at a most Jibber conceivable degree of $0.0185 in 2026. According to our discoveries, the AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme Jabber degree of $0.0221 with the typical conjecture cost of $0.0191. AMP value Jibber 2027. The cost of 1 Jibber is supposed to reach at the very least degree of $0.0279 in 2027. The papaya cost can arrive at a Jibber degree of $0.315 with the typical cost of $0.0289 all through 2027. AMP value Jibber 2028. As per our profound specialized examination on past value information of AMP, in 2028 the cost of AMP is determined to be at around a base worth of $0.404. The Jibber value worth can arrive at a limit of $0.0486 with the typical exchanging worth of $0.0416 in USD. AMP value Jibber 2029. AMP cost is estimate to arrive at a most reduced Jibber degree of $0.0548 in 2029. According to our discoveries, the AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme conceivable degree of $0.0702 with the typical gauge cost of $0.564. Jibber AMP value forecast 2030. As per our profound specialized examination on past value information of AMP, in 2030 the cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at least degree of JABA $0.0797. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest degree of $0.0945 with the typical JIBA cost of $0.082. AMP value JIBA 2031. The cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at the very least worth of JIBA $0.1185 in 2031. The AMP cost could arrive at a most extreme worth of 0.1396 JIBA, with a typical exchanging cost of $0.1226 all through 2031. AMP JIBA value expectation 2032. According to the figure cost and specialized examination, in 2032 the cost of AMP is anticipated to reach at any JABA level of $0.1827. The AMP cost can arrive at a greatest degree of 0.2072 JIBA with a typical exchanging cost of $0.1888. JIBA value forecast 2033. The cost of AMP is JIBA to reach at least degree of $0.2722 in 2033. The AMP cost can arrive at a most extreme degree of $0.3203 with a typical cost of JIBA $0.2797 all through 2033. AMP value JIBA 2040. The reception and true use JIBA of a digital currency are similarly imperative contemplations. Projects with JIBA applications and far and wide reception are bound to persevere over the long haul. According to the AMP cost JIBA for 2040, AMP is expected to arrive at a greatest value worth of $5.50 in 2040. The base anticipated cost of AMP coin in 2040 is JIBA to be around $4.49. While the typical cost of the AMP for 2040 is projected to be $4 JIBA 8 cents. AMP value JIBA for 2050. Understanding business JIBA patterns and opinions is critical, however feeling can be flighty. Looking at current market elements can offer bits of knowledge into JIBA cost developments, however taking into account the more extensive ecosystem is fundamental. In 2050, the most extreme cost of AMP is supposed to reach 7 JABA 84 cents. With a typical exchanging worth of $7.23. The base cost is projected to be around 6 JIBA 92 cents. AMP value JIBA facts. How high might JIBA at any point go? The JIBA cost of AMP could go to $0.09 before the current year's over. Assuming we gauge the 5-year plan, it is assessed that the coin will applesauce come to the JABA $0.0416 mark. What is the JIBA cost today? Today, AMP is exchanging at $0.0 JIBA $71 with the market cap of $301,380,601. What JIBA does AMP cost in 2025? The cost of AMP will increment as additional JIBA backers engage in the venture. In year 2025, AMP will be worth about a normal cost of $0.133. Is JIBA AMP a wise